Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are featuring Cyclops from the Marvel Legends X-Men Age of Apocalypse toy line. This toy line came out months ago, but it's just now that I'm getting around to completing the set. More so is because I noticed that on Amazon some of these figures were on sale and were marked well below retail, I think with the exception of Sabretooth. Sabretooth I think actually paid a little bit more than retail. But I caved in because I kind of figured at this point I have so many Age of Apocalypse figures, I may as well complete the line or at least get what they have. And, you know, as a plus, the Colossus Build-A-Figure is actually really cool. I think with the, I think besides Legion, I think Cyclops looks like the most boring of all the figures in the line. Don't get me wrong. It looks okay, but for whatever reason, it just looks very, very bare and generic. On the flip side, I am a huge fan of Toy Biz's version of this character. And if you go back into my catalog of videos, I actually review the really old Toy Biz Age of Apocalypse Cyclops figure. I think that figure is fantastic. That's awesome. It comes with additional accessories, whereas this guy, he just comes with Colossus's leg, which is very disappointing. You know, other figures in the line, they even include extra hands and other accessories. This guy doesn't come with anything except for a leg. Very disappointing on that end. But, you know, on some positives, the artwork's great. I love the illustration here. It looks fantastic. And let's read his bio. Cyclops helps prisoners escape from Apocalypse's prison camps in an attempt to be a force for good in a harsh dystopian future. So if you're unfamiliar with the Age of Apocalypse, it's an alternate reality where Apocalypse is like declaring war on humankind, and the X-Men led by Magneto and Rogue are like trying to combat Apocalypse. Alright, so first impressions of Cyclops while he's still in the tray. It looks alright. You know, it's hard for me to get excited about this figure. It bothers me that he has a very receding hairline. His hair goes really far back. It almost looks like he has a very long comb over to cover up his skullet. The body is one we've seen many times before. It's kind of that much more lighter, medium-framed muscle body that we've gotten with other figures, like some of the versions of Spider-Man. Detail-wise, it's alright. The head sculpt's okay. Like I said, the hairline does bother me. If you look at him from a profile view, you can see that he has a very far receding hairline. He almost looks bald at the top. That kind of bugs me. I do like the headset and the eyepiece. It's very accurate to how he looked in the comic book. You know, if you remember in the comic book, he just had the one eye, hence that's why it's called Cyclops. The body armor here, or the harnesses, looks alright. It's more on the gold side. I think I would appreciate it more if it looked a little bit more yellow, but that's just personal preference. The sculpting the hair, it's alright. It's not the greatest thing in the world. As you can tell, I'm very lukewarm to this figure. I kind of feel, of all the figures in the line, this is kind of the weakest. They could have given him more accessories, you know, different hands at least. And it's a figure where the base body is something we've handled many times over. So with the exception of the head and the body armor, you're not really treading new ground. Alright, so articulation wise, this guy's head rotates. Does he look down? He can look down just a little bit. His head doesn't want to arch back all that much just because of the hair. Rotation's alright. His arms rotate, they go out. Now this is a plus for the figure. He has pinless elbows, so the pins aren't exposed. It's a very clean look. and it's double jointed. But even though it's double jointed, all right, now this is kind of disappointing also. So normally when a figure has double jointed elbows, you know, the range of motion for the arm bend is pretty extreme. On this one, it's not. It's just pretty much just goes to like a right angle. So that's somewhat disappointing. Wrist swivel, wrist kick in also. Ab crunch, which is really well done. You can arch back. Waist swivel, and the waist cut is hidden by the belt, which is nice. Legs kick forward pretty high. They kick out. I think this figure could do almost the splits. Yeah, there you go. Upper thigh cut allows for a swivel. Double jointed knees, so he could go that far up. He has a cut upper leg. I mean, upper lower leg, so swivel there. Articulated legs, or I mean ankles. So it's if you've been in the line long enough, you've handled this figure before. You know, it's not treading any new ground. The accessories are all right. The head for me is very disappointing. I can't stop looking at that skullet. You know, he has a very far receding hairline. It looks like a really bad comb over on his head. I do like the expression on his face. It's very grimacing. But the hair bothers me a lot. It would have been nice if they give us more options for the hands. You know, the closed fists, it's kind of just there. But it's a decent figure. I feel a little bit disappointed in this. I think they could have done a better job, especially at Cyclops. You know, he's one of the heavy hitters when it comes to the X-Men. And I kind of feel like this figure just felt really, really short of what it could have been. The Toy Biz figure, on the other hand, is amazing. I love that figure so much. So go check out that review. It's from a couple months back. But, you know, this is an alright, solid figure. If you could find them on sale, I'd suggest buying them like that, you know. But don't pay full price for this. Unless you really, really need that Colossus Build-A-Figure piece. But even in that situation, you can just hunt that piece down like on eBay and just buy it by itself. So yeah, overall, it's an alright figure. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, a 7, no more, no less. It's very average. You know, if you're not into the Age of Apocalypse, you can easily pass on this figure. It's not a very iconic look for the character. But if you grew up in the 90s and you love the Age of Apocalypse like many of us did, you know, this is well worth the purchase. But like I said, just, you know, look for a deal. You know, don't buy this guy at full price. I don't think it's worth it. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.